Welcome to Don't Do Disney
Without Us.
My name is Daniel.
And my name is Zach.
And welcome back to our show. It's a little show where we like to talk about all things Disney, be that the movies, the theme parks, television shows.
Sometimes the sports, but not this week. We dedicated a whole show last week to the sports, so no sports for you.
It's true. Also, am I off? Am I off? Should I scoot over? Sorry for the folks listening on audio. This doesn't matter to you at all. Just trying to get myself centered inside the picture. Anyway, that is what we like to talk about here on this show. And this week we thought we would try a really fun experiment.
And I know nothing about the results of this experiment, so I will find out all about it coming up.
Yeah, I probably should have faded down the thing. Anyway, a bold new experiment. This is something that Zach was not necessarily a fan of, so I'll see if I can sell him on this. Here's the plan. The plan is, of course, if you watch YouTube, you see that ChatGPT has taken over every YouTube video.
It's AI this and AI that everywhere.
And I actually heard on a podcast the other day that somebody was planning their vacation with ChatGPT. Like, tell me, plan out an itinerary for the Faroe Islands or something like that. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder, before I go trusting some nameless AI to do something that I don't know anything about.
But it's not named. It's called ChatGPT.
Okay. Before I trust that, I should probably check it against something that I am familiar with, which is where the idea came from. So what we are going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT to plan a detailed itinerary for a one-day trip to the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World. So here, let me tell you exactly the prompt that I fed to the AIs, because we got three different versions of it here. We've got the ChatGPT free version, we've got the ChatGPT paid version, and we have Google Bard, which is the Google's AI in this arena, which I'm in the beta of. Okay.
Wait, do you pay for ChatGPT?
I just did. It was about 10 minutes ago. Anyway, what?
For science.
For science. It's $20. Here's the thing, and I there's some other things I want to do with it. Anyway, it's not important. Now you got me sidetracked here. It was cheaper than Genie Plus. Can I say that? Anyway, here's exactly what I asked our AI friends to do for me. I said, plan a detailed itinerary for a one-day trip to the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World from park open until the 9 p.m. fireworks show. Take into account the wait times at various attractions and prioritize based on the shortest wait times. Although any attraction is acceptable, I would like to ride Tron, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Big Thunder Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, and the Jungle Cruise. This is the prompt that I gave it. Now, one minor correction in that, when I first asked the free version of ChatGPT, I didn't say from park open, I said from 9 a.m. So that's the only difference. So who would you like to hear first? Would you like to hear the ChatGPT response, the ChatGPT 4 response, or the Bard response?
I don't know what the difference is between 3 and 4.
Okay, so 3 is the original version of ChatGPT, which is on the internet. It stopped looking at the internet after 2020, I think 2020, around there. It was its own data set, so it was not connected to the internet. So It only knew information up until the 2020s, right?
So
it knew no information.
Just right now, I'm thinking Tron wasn't open in 2020.
Correct.
So it can't possibly have a point of reference for Tron.
Correct. The ChatGPT 4 is the newest, which is connected to the internet, so it should have up-to-date information. Bard is Google's entry into this, and it also purports to know things up to date. Okay. So let's just start with the ChatGPT, which is the one that everyone, you can get to yourself. Google ChatGPT. It's openai.com, I think, ChatGPT. This is the one that anybody can talk to. And it says, here is a detailed itinerary from the day from 9 a.m. until the 9 p.m. fireworks show, taking into account wait times and prioritizing shorter lines. So the very first thing it wants you to do, 9 a.m., arrive at the Magic Kingdom and go through security and entrance gates.
I mean, that's the first thing you have to do. I guess it parked at one of the monorail resorts and ignored the TTC.
I didn't tell it how I was getting there. So I didn't give it that information. But here's the real stuff. So ChatGPT 3 has decided at 9:15 a.m. head straight to Peter Pan's flight, as it usually has a long wait time throughout the day. The ride is a classic and popular attraction, so it's best to ride it early before the crowds arrive. Not a bad suggestion if you really want to ride Peter Pan's flight, right? Rope drop Peter Pan's flight.
Yeah, because the weight on that balloon's really fast, although it's kind of like in the middle of the park. And I feel like everybody goes to one of the sides, or they did. I don't know. Does Big Thunder kind of attract the same
possibly
crowd levels as Splash did?
Possibly.
Like, do people rope drop Big Thunder?
I would imagine, yeah. If you were into roller coasters, yeah, and you didn't care for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Okay, so not the worst thing in the world to suggest that you go rope drop Peter Pan's flight, right? That's not the worst advice in the world. If I was giving advice to someone and that was one thing they really wanted to do, and they didn't want to buy Genie Plus, then yeah.
I just caught part of the thing on the next one, and
10 a.m. head to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, another popular ride with long wait lines. Make sure to get a fast pass for this ride as soon as possible, as they tend to run out quickly.
Well, that is still a true statement, although it's an individual lightning lane, and yes, they do sell out quickly.
Yeah. So let's pretend that it doesn't know words, right? It just knows what words look good in a sentence. But it's like if you were to replace fast pass with individual lightning lane, that's an absolutely true statement, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But you wouldn't head there to get it, right? You would do it on your app.
Right.
So it's like probably they're...
Contrary to people wanting, the fast pass machines back in the park.
Yeah. But I was just saying, none of the three, spoiler alert, none of the three give you any clues of what to do before you arrive at the park. And if you're going to Magic Kingdom and you want to ride Tron, the only way you're going to do that is to get in the queue in the morning, right?
Correct.
So you have to get in that 7 a.m. queue or get in the 1 p.m. queue. All right. At 11 a.m., ride Tron. Just go ride Tron.
Just walk up to Tron and tell them you would like to ride it.
Take your printout from ChatGPT. It says I'm supposed to ride Tron is a newer and thrilling attraction that usually has a moderate wait time in the morning. I guess 11 a.m. is still considered the morning?
Yes, it's before noon, and therefore it's the morning.
All right, so now we're at noon, right? It assumes it's going to take an hour.
I mean, Tron will eventually have a standard queue.
Yeah, but I would feel like, go rope drop it. If it had a standard queue. Right. Because it's the newest thing. It's the newest and latest, greatest thing. It's just going to keep getting busier and busier during the day. All right, so noon, enjoy a lunch at one of the many quick service restaurants in the park, such as Cosmic Ray, Starlight Cafe, or Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. Yeah, not bad suggestion.
I would choose Cosmic Rays over Pecos Bills just because Pecos Bills is always kind of... It's just there.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, Cosmic Race is also there, and Magic Kingdom food is just really mediocre. So
Magic Kingdom counter food, yeah. And I do agree with them. If you only have one day to spend at the Magic Kingdom and you're trying to prioritize riding rides, don't try to make.
Don't do a sit down.
Don't do a sit down restaurant. Even forget about the fact that you probably couldn't get an ADR, but there's always walk up to some of these sit down restaurants. Don't waste your day on that. It's not that good of a restaurant to waste your day on that. 1 p.m. head to Thunder Mountain, a classic roller coaster that usually busy, but has a shorter wait times in the afternoon. I don't know that that's true.
We would have to pull historical data on wait times for Big Thunder Mountain in the afternoon.
I especially feel like with most people rope dropping Seven Dwarfs, Big Thunder actually becomes busier in the afternoon because they migrate across the park in that direction, right? 2 p.m., take a ride on Pirates of the Caribbean, an indoor boat ride that's perfect for cooling off on a hot day. It usually has moderate wait times in the afternoon. Nah, maybe.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, Pirates is a hit or miss.
Depends on if it goes down or not, which it is kind of prone to do.
Or if Thunder goes down. If Thunder goes down, Pirates is going to swell. If Jungle Cruise goes down, Pirates is going to swell. So there's taking those things into account. But, not the worst advice ever.
It is a good idea to cool off in the heat of the day, which starts at 2 and goes to 4.
As we've covered on a previous show. 3 p.m., hop on the Jungle Cruise, a fun and humorous boat ride through the jungle. It usually has shorter wait times in the afternoon.
That is a bald-faced lie. Jungle Cruise never has a short wait anymore.
4 p.m., take a break. and explore some of the shops and sites around the park. Check out Main Street USA and Fantasyland. Just those two. Just check out those two. Don't check out anything else.
I mean, you can spend a good amount of time in the shops on Main Street.
Yeah, you could.
There's some really fun pieces and places that I like. I don't think we'd ever spent a bunch of time in the Crystal store.
Right.
And
you and your new best friend, the Crystal attendant.
Look, I was waiting for you guys to finish writing whatever you were writing. And I learned that the Crystal shop on Magic Kingdom's Main Street has 5 of the most expensive souvenirs on Disney property.
Oh, nice. And the $250,000 castle has sold how many times? 5 times?
3
times.
3 times. They're only making like 11 of them.
$750,000 right there. Okay, so sorry, that was a side.
That was an aside.
That was it. Let's come back to our itinerary here. 5 p.m. Grab dinner at one of the sit-down restaurants in the park, such as Be Our Guest or Cinderella's Royal Table.
Grab dinner at Be Our Guest or Royal Table. I have never seen a Royal Table ADR. Just much like Space 220, I don't think they exist.
Have you ever gone to the castle at 5 p.m. and grabbed dinner?
I have not.
Well,
next time we go to Magic Kingdom, let's walk up to Cinderella's Royal Table at 5 p.m. and tell them that ChatGPT told us to just grab dinner.
Yeah, and at 6 p.m., apparently you're going to get into your dining. You're going to get to your sit-down restaurant and be out in an hour.
That's unrealistic.
That'll never happen at Disney. 6 p.m., head back to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train using your Fast Pass reservation to avoid long wait times. Oh, so at 10 this morning, it wanted us to just go to the ride and get a Fast Pass.
Yes, it wanted because
right.
Yeah.
And apparently for 6 p.m., go and get one for 6 p.m. so that we could return. 7 p.m., find a spot near Cinderella Castle to watch the Happily Ever After fireworks show. Now, bonus points to it for calling it Cinderella Castle because the other two didn't. So bonus points to the old ChatGPT for getting the name of the castle correct. Happily Ever After's fireworks show, yes, which starts at 9 p.m. I feel like a 2
hours on Main Street?
I feel that's excessive.
That's really excessive.
It is a fireworks show.
What time did we get there on reopening night? Like 8?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long. About 8:15 is when we
were only standing on Main Street for about 45 minutes.
It's a fireworks show. Yeah. It's in the sky. It's even though there are people that can block your view if they stand right in front of you and everything.
Put their children on their shoulders.
True. For the most part, it's a big fireworks show in the sky. You don't need to.
I would not spend 2 hours of my day on Main Street.
There is no viewing location at the Kingdom that I would wait 2 hours to see Happily Ever. Like there's no viewing location that makes it that much better.
Right.
Is it cool watching it right in front of the castle stage? Sure. You get to see way more projections and fewer fireworks. Is it really cool to watch it from the train station? You get to see a lot less projections and a lot more fireworks, right? It's like, and in between there are varying, degrees of that. Me personally, I tend to like right near the ice cream shop, parallel with Casey's and the ice cream shop, right there at the end of Main Street.
Right.
I tend to like that area. Maybe a little bit further up forward, but never to the hub. Just kind of like in that general area, I feel like is my sweet spot for that. 9 p.m., enjoy the spectacular fireworks show, followed by a leisurely stroll through the park to take in the sights and sounds of the Magic Kingdom at night.
I would agree with that because I'm not leaving the park immediately after fireworks. It's a 45-minute wait to get on a boat or a ferry. A boat or a ferry, good Lord. A boat or a monorail, if you're lucky.
Yeah. And this last trip, when we did stay after fireworks, because we had friends down visiting, when you were in the Crystal Shop, we were riding Big Thunder. Big Thunder was pretty much a walk-on after fireworks. We headed over to Big Thunder Mountain and walked right onto it and rode it. And then something else we did that was pretty much a walk-on. Evening time after the fireworks, when people have been there all day long, they're ready to get the hell out of there. So enjoy it. The Kingdom was open until 11 that night, so we had a couple of extra hours to do things. That was ChatGPT. So overall, I would say not a horrible, but certainly not. I feel like it's so individualized as to what your experience is going to be at Disney. Maybe if I gave it some more information, it could do a little bit better job. But overall, not a horrible job. There's some,
not the best possible day. But
but no one's going to have a bad day with that.
You're not writing Dumbo all day.
Right. So now let's go to the new modern ChatGPT, which it's now given us time ranges. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like from 8 to 8:15.
Oh, so it's super. It's got like a spreadsheet with times and everything.
Yeah. So here's a detailed itinerary for a one-day trip to Magic Kingdom Walt Disney World. This plan is based on average wait times and prioritizes the attractions you'd like to ride. Note the actual wait times may vary on the day of your visit, so be prepared to adjust your plan accordingly. Using the My Disney app, you can help you stay up to date with wait times throughout the day. So it mentioned the My Disney app.
The My Disney Experience app?
Yep. I call it the My Disney app, whatever. People can do that. All right, so 8 to 8:15, arrive at the Magic Kingdom and go through security.
I mean, I don't think it takes 15 minutes to go through security, but...
At Rope Drop, I feel like it takes longer.
At Disneyland, yes.
This is at Disney World. Yeah, that's true. I haven't been to Rope Drop in the Kingdom in a very, very long time. 8:15 to 8:30, enter the park and take a photo in front of Cinderella's castle.
Minus 8,000 points for getting the name of the castle wrong.
It's not Cinderella's castle, it's Cinderella Castle. And you don't want to hear me get started on a big... Trust me, you don't. 8:30 to 9, head to Tomorrowland and ride Tron Light Cycle Power Run. Estimated wait time, 30 minutes.
That is not entirely an untrue statement, but the name of the attraction here is Tron Light Cycle Run. It's Tron Light Cycle Power Run in Shanghai.
Also, it really depends on when your boarding group is called back, because at the moment, the only way you can run Tron is through a virtual queue. And
as we know, we got in the virtual queue at 7 a.m. and we didn't get a callback until 12:30.
Yeah. So you're probably not going to get an 8:30 callback to Tron. 9:15 to 9:45, walk to Fantasyland and ride the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Estimated wait time, 30 minutes.
I can see it being that low in the very beginning of the day.
Yeah, I would say that. 9:15. It really, the Kingdom starts to kick up at around 10. You can get a lot of stuff done before 10 a.m. at the Kingdom. After that, you're on your own. 10 a.m. to 10:30, stay in Fantasyland and ride Peter Pan's Flight. Estimated wait time, 30 minutes. I think it'll be longer at that point in time, but...
I mean, you're already in Fantasyland, so...
Or you were in New Fantasyland. But yeah, okay, Peter Pan's not the worst walk. It's right there. It's right past the carousel. Let's see. At 11:30, no, I'm sorry. At 10:45, head to Frontierland and ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I feel like going from one side of the park all the way over to the other side of the park. This is the part where Genie Plus comes in, right? It's like that's not fun for anyone. The Magic Kingdom is quite big, and to walk all the way from Tron all the way over to Big Thunder Mountain and then start backtracking through that's adding in a lot of steps. That's adding in a lot of walk. I would say no, just, bite the bullet and get Genie Plus if you really want to do that, or just wait until late after fireworks and ride Big Thunder then. Okay. 11:30 to 12, walk over to Adventureland and ride Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, not the worst, right? Not the worst advice. If you're in Frontierland riding Big Thunder Mountains, Pirates is there.
Yeah.
It's close.
That's not too far.
Yeah. Okay. Lunch at Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe in Frontierland. That it is right there. It's right across from Pirates, right? The back door of it is right there at Pirates. Not a bad, if you like Tex-Mex, not a bad place to eat. Not the worst.
Although it'll probably be better if and when it gets rethemed to Tiana's.
True.
I don't put a lot of stock in rumors, but I'd be okay with that one coming true.
Okay. 1:30 to 2, ride the Haunted Mansion in Liberty Square. Okay. Well, you're still kind of going around, right? You left Pirates. You walked past Jungle Cruise, I guess, and then headed over to the Haunted Mansion in Liberty Square. At 3 p.m. No, I'm sorry. At 2:15, return to Adventureland and ride the Jungle Cruise. I don't know why. Why would they have us go past it and then turn around and come back? That's annoying to me.
Maybe the wait time is lower. Maybe that's when your Genie Plus reservation is. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, this didn't take into account Genie Plus at all, right? So, 3 p.m. to 3:30, enjoy the Festival of Fantasy Parade from a location along the parade route. Not
Not a bad idea. No. Although if you want a good viewing spot, you probably want to get there before the 3 p.m. parade.
Pro tip, it tends to fill up much more on Main Street than it does in Frontierland where the parade starts. So you're already near Frontierland. So yeah, if you just line up in front of the Penn store and that Country Bear area in Frontierland, especially on the other side of the road, on the Big Thunder side of the road, that usually doesn't fill up at all. All right, 3:45, visit Tomorrowland and ride Space Mountain.
I mean, if you want a free chiropractic appointment, sure.
At 4:30, relax and enjoy a snack or explore Main Street USA.
It is always good to schedule a break, whether that's in the park or back in a hotel, so points for that.
I mean, at this point, we just passed the heat of the day, right? So you probably should have taken the break during the heat of the day, but, all right, still relax, enjoy. You get 30 minutes, it says. 30 minutes, relax and enjoy. All right, kids, 30 minutes, not a second longer.
Longer based on this itinerary.
Oh, well, it's okay, because at 5:15, go ride Splash Mountain in Frontierland.
But don't go play on the scaffolding at Splash Mountain. You'll get kicked out of the park. Splash Mountain no longer exists.
At 6 p.m., visit Fantasyland and ride It's a Small World.
Oh, look, more time that you can spend doing other things.
No, thank you. 6:45, dinner at Columbia Harbor House in Liberty Square. That's a counter service restaurant, seafood. Not a bad choice. I like their fried fish. If I only had one day, I wouldn't do a sit-down meal for either. I mean, a waiter, waitress, what I'm saying.
Table service.
Thank you. 8 to 8:30, watch the Happily Ever After projection show on Cinderella Castle from a good viewing spot. Now, it knew that it was Cinderella Castle here, but just not at the top.
I'm very confused.
Uh-huh. Yeah, notice up there it says the park hours are from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yes, but Happily Ever After is A, not an hour long, and B, isn't both a projection show, a separate projection show and a fireworks show.
Also, they have it from 8 to 8:30, watch the Happily Ever After projection show, and then at 9 o'clock, enjoy the Magic Kingdom fireworks show.
That generic Magic Kingdom fireworks show.
So not so good on ChatGPT 4, right? And I didn't give us anything new, right? That was $20 that was wasted there, right? Because I feel like ChatGPT 3 kind of did a better generic job of doing this. This was...
Also, it's still calling them FastPass Plus. So whatever internet database this is looking at is outdated.
Yeah. And it gives us some advice here. Remember to take breaks and hydrate throughout the day. It's also a good idea to make use of FastPass Plus reservations for your priority attractions to minimize wait times. Have a magical day at the Magical Kingdom.
I feel like that's the sarcastic version of have a magical day when cast members tell you that and they really mean off.
All right, just one more, which is Google, and I'm not going to go through this whole thing because people have been poking fun at Google for their new AI system because it is not nearly as good as ChatGPT. And just to prove that, let me give you a couple of its doozies. I gave it the exact same prompt. 8 a.m., arrive at the Magic Kingdom and head to Adventureland to rope drop ride the Jungle Cruise.
Hey, I am all for starting your day with puns. And also, that's probably the lowest weight Jungle Cruise is ever going to have throughout the entire day. So go on.
Okay, at 9:30, head to Liberty Square and ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Pirates isn't in Liberty Square. Pirates is in Adventureland.
Oh, yep.
You're going to be waiting over there.
I know where things are in the park, I swear.
11 a.m., have lunch at one of the mini restaurants in Fantasyland.
I mean,
Name 3 restaurants in Fantasyland.
Pinocchio Village House.
Ding, 1, yes.
Storybook Treats.
2.
It's not a restaurant, it's a Cheshire Cafe.
3, and I would have also accepted the Friar's Nook or whatever is in number 4. Yeah, it's just like, one of those mini restaurants over in Fantasyland. Let's see, 12:30. Get you to the Enchanted Tiki Room.
Head to Adventureland and ride the Enchanted Tiki Room.
Ride it.
Ride it. It's not an attraction. Or I'm sorry, it's not a thing you ride. It's a show.
Yeah. Let's see. At 7 p.m., we're supposed to watch Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair. At 8 p.m., watch the Main Street Electrical Parade.
What?
At 8 o'clock, watch the Main Street Electrical Parade.
No, let that thing die.
And 9 p.m., watch the Happily Ever After fireworks show. So, There you go. Also, it wanted us to go to Liberty Square and watch the Hall of Presidents, which is in Liberty Square. And
head to Frontierland and ride Splash Mountain if it's open.
if it's open.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, it's not open. So there you go. Yeah, Google coming in way, way worse on all of those. So there you go. If you ever wondered if an AI should plan your vacation, the answer is
no,
not yet.
Plan your own vacation or get a travel agent to do it for you.
Now, there's people that have huge tomes, weighty tomes of instructions on how to write the perfect ChatGPT chat, prompt. Like maybe I could give it more and get it to, maybe there's some secret sauce in my prompt that I could have gotten it to give me a much better answer than it did. But there you go. That's AI planning your day at the Magic Kingdom. All right, let's get to our heroes and villains of the week. Why not? We started with our villains last time because it was an odd show. This is an even show. So our heroes of the week, and you went first last time, so I'll go first this time. My hero of the week is Disneyland, who announced the first ever Disney sponsored Pride Night at Disneyland in California. Now, a lot of blogs and TikToks and people got it wrong and said that Disney did it as a direct response to Ron DeSantis's legislation that, the speech that he had just given the day before. But this is California, not Florida. Ron DeSantis doesn't care what Disneyland does. So it wasn't a slap in the face to Ron DeSantis because it's California. He doesn't care about California. So there you go. But my hero of the week, Disneyland. Yay for doing a Pride Night in, as an after hours event.
Now do one here.
Yeah, now do one here because it's hot when we go into. There's a gay day here, which is not an officially sponsored event, but it happens every year, and it's in June, the first weekend in June, and it is so hot in the Magic Kingdom in June. It's like if it was an after hours event, that would be so much better.
I would pay for that.
There you go. Who's your hero of the week?
Disney World for putting annual passes back on sale. And as of right before recording,
yes,
this Tuesday, April 25th,
yes,
none of them have yet sold out.
They are still,
despite Disney's insistence that one or more of them may be available.
Yeah, but no, what am I trying to say? Annual passes still available. If you're a Florida resident and want an annual pass, hippity hop over there right now and get it.
Or even if you're not a Florida resident.
You can only buy the one, right?
Yes, yeah. But
if you're not a Florida resident, the Incredipass is expensive.
Yes, it is.
$1,300?
Yes.
$1,400?
14, I think. It's right there.
It's right there. It's on this window right here. $1,400. Yeah, $1,400. And if you're out of state, that's a lot of days. You would have to really come down here to track it. All right. Who is my villain of the week is the Florida government for mucking around with all this stuff, wasting basically Florida taxpayer monies to go after a private company. I don't understand it. I think it's stupid. And they're mustache twirling villains at this point in time. Just let it go. Just be like Elsa. Let it go. Who's your villain of the week?
No monthly payment option for out-of-state annual pass holders. So Walt Disney World in that apparently all of the other parks or most of the other parks allow out-of-state AP holders to do a monthly payment plan. And I just feel like since you're making the only option for out-of-state APs your most expensive pass, give them the ability to pay over time just like we do.
Maybe they're just trying to cut it down because maybe if I could see the argument for it, they would say, okay, I'm a family of 4 from Madison, Wisconsin. Sorry, Madison. And I am going to buy 4 Incredipasses for my 4 kids, and I want to make monthly payments on them. And then I go and do my trip at Disney for the week, and then I just stop making payments on them.
Okay, then you lose your annual
Yeah, but pass. I was only going to go once. So what I got to do is I got to have four park hopping days at Walt Disney World for $400 instead of, $1,400 times 4. You see what I'm saying? Like people could game the system. I'm just saying that's probably in the boardroom where this was decided. That was probably the case. That was probably what it's like. Well, then it would be cheaper for people to just do the monthly payment and then just not pay it because we're not going to go after them.
Right.
It's like that's going to cost us money in legal fees to go after them. We're just going to revoke their pass, so we're not going to go after them. So, see what I'm saying? See?
Yeah, but I still think it's stupid.
Okay. I feel like you could probably I don't know. You could probably do it, but regardless, you can't. Or even if you paid 50% and then finance the rest. Yeah. Something like that. Maybe that would work. Anyway, that's it. That's it for the show. Wow. That was a harsh ending. If you're listening to the audio version of the show, we have a video version of this show. You can find it on our YouTube channel or on Spotify. Both places carry our video version. If you are watching our video version of the show and you want to listen to an audio only while you're driving or cleaning the house or running your training for your Run Disney Run, you can do so. We are available in audio format anywhere the fine podcasts are served. So
I still always, every time you say that, feel like you're going to say fine podcasts are sold.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah. And with that, I'm just going to stop saying.
Well, then all that's left for me to do is, there's a couple of things. Number one, if you want to reach out to us, please leave a comment on the video. We always love to see in reply to all your comments. You can also send us an email, don'tdodisney@gmail.com. And all that is left for me to say is that please, please, please don't use ChatGPT to do Disney, and don't do Disney
without us.
This podcast is a proud member of the Pride 48 Podcasting Network. Check out more great shows at pride48.com.